All right, back with Bruce now to play a little game called Fantasy or Reality. Bruce, I'll make a statement, you pick a side. If the playoffs started today, the Jets would face the Blues in round one. Big Game Binnington would have the playoff edge over the soon-to-be three-time Vezina winner, Connor Hellebuyck. Fantasy or reality?
I mean, I think that's fantasy. I mean, Hellebuyck's the best goalie in the NHL. I don't care how good Binnington has been, whether it was a month ago or whether it was 6 years ago. Hellebuyck is the better goaltender. He's going to have the edge. Winnipeg's the better team. They're going to have the edge, and I pick Winnipeg. You know what? Just to let you know, St. Louis has won 8 in a row. It's pretty hard to go 17-1 and before you get into the playoffs and then still be that good. So I'm giving the edge to Hellebuyck and the Jets.
Okay, and with that, I ask you about the Montreal Canadiens. Their next 3 games are against the Hurricanes, the Panthers, and the Panthers again. Their time, Montreal's time, as a team in playoff position is about to come to an end. Fantasy or reality?
I'm going, that's fantasy, and I'll tell you why, is because to me, the Montreal Canadiens only have to win one of these games out of the 3 to be in the hunt. And I mean, because the other teams aren't taking over, they've lost 4 in a row now. I don't see Montreal losing 7 in a row. It's somehow they're going to come back and win at least one of those games. And if they win one of those games, the last 6 or 7 games, it's going to be up to who can win the most games there. So I'm not counting them out if they lose all 3, but I'm certainly counting them in if they could win 1 or 2 of them.
How about the Leafs? They have one playoff series victory in the last 21 years. That was 2 years ago against Tampa Bay. They will win 2 or more in this year's playoffs. Fantasy or reality?
Oh my goodness, that's I think that's a fantasy. As much as I want the Leafs to win the cup, being a Toronto guy, and the reason is they got to go through. Let's face it, they got to go through Florida. They'll probably at some point have to go through Florida and Tampa, and I just think that's too tough a hill to climb, and as that's why I think the Leafs have got to be in first place. If they end up in first place, then maybe they only have to face one of those juggernaut teams, and then they have a better chance. But if they don't end up in first place, I don't see how they can beat both of those teams going into the 3rd round.
Okay, I have one more for you here. The Kings have lost to the Oilers in the playoffs in 3 straight years. That changes this year. LA will eliminate Edmonton. Fantasy or reality?
That's reality. I think LA is peaking at the right time. I think that they're dominant at home. I think they're going to overtake Edmonton for 2nd place in the Pacific, and they will have home ice advantage. And I think there's just the plain old sick of losing is going to come through for them. And I think Kemper is the best goaltender they've had in that net in 3 years. And quite frankly, look at Edmonton. Unless they turn it around, I know they're missing their 2 best players, but at the same time, they're 7-10-1 in their last 18 games. That's not a good enough quarter of the season. They've got to pick it up more, and they got to pick it up quick, and they got to play to last year's playoff performance, and I don't know if they can.
Yeah, and with that slide as it stands, the Kings would have home ice in that series, and they are 25-3-4 at home in the regular season. Fantasy, reality with Bruce Boudreau.